guys, it's about 4 in the afternoon and we picked some star gooseberry leaves for the dinner. As already seen in the intro, the plant is growing well in abundance in our backyard. It's highly resistant to pruning and easily dispersed through seeds and stems or cuttings. Deseeded fruits are cooked while tender shoots, leaves and mature leaves make the delicacy we prefer. Sweet leaf bush is yet another name for this plant for the unique sweet taste these leaves got. When this is available, I personally don't want any other curry or whatever to go with rice. I really love the juicy and sweet texture the leaves arrive at when cooking. The common practice here in Sri Lanka is to cook leaves either as a withering or curry. Cooking removes some possibly bad alkaloid tastes and any toxicity present. I used the word withering before. Withering is a form of cooking we use on leaves. It essentially does not cook the leaves for a longer time so the nutrients are best preserved. Minced leaves are placed in a hot clay pot with other ingredients like salt, chili and scraped coconut. The mixture then turned over and mixed for like 5 minutes depending on the leaf type preference, so the leaves lose some of the moisture while getting softened, increasing palatability. This is an induced withering process, which is why I coined the term. This is exactly how we are going to prepare the dish now. There are many other ways to prepare, but this is what we love most. When picking, you can choose both tender and mature leaves alike. Leaves can have bugs and spiders underside, and they should be removed. Plant produces new shoots followed by rains. The whole shoot can be cooked. Separating leaves from shoots is pretty easy. It doesn't take long. Just follow what you see here. This plant is called multivitamin or multigreen plant due to its high nutritive value. Mature leaves are richer in nutrients compared to tender leaves. It grows well under humid, high temperature conditions. Many factors of this plant contribute to make it an inexpensive source of dietary protein. In our case, they just grow naturally. We never worry about maintaining them. Almost zero attention has been given, and the bushes offering a good harvest. There are no pests and diseases as well. Our soil is not that rich, very low in organic matter, clayey and rocky washed up soil, but still the plant doing really good. Terms multigreen and multivitamin are attributed to its superior nutrition and vitamin content compared to other vegetables. 100 grams of fresh leaves have approximately 7.4 grams of protein, whilst spinach, mint and cabbage do not even reach anywhere near. The composition of vitamins and minerals per 100 grams of fresh leaves can be seen on your screen now. As you can see here, leaves are rich in proteins, vitamins and minerals. This analysis has been done by a group of Indian researchers, and they have done the same analysis in 2 replicates, which is much better to get some reproducibility and credibility sense. Analysis indeed indicates how important this plant is as a nutrient source. Plant grows without any attention in marginal soils. It makes a readily available and readily accessible food source in South and Southeast Asia. Being able to grow without inputs and natural availability in the wild are remarkable plus points. 100 grams of plant leaves have shown to contain 580 milligrams of papaverine, which is an alkaloid. This is the active ingredient responsible to cause toxicity issues in few cases that have been recorded so far. In addition to being a widely appreciated delicacy, plant also offers remarkable medicinal benefits. It can relieve fever, treat urinary problems, and very important is that it has the ability to increase breast milk production. Thai people traditionally use roots to reduce fever, treat food poisoning, and as an antiseptic. People in Taiwan consider it a slimming agent against obesity. In India, leaves considered to be anti-diabetic and vision improving. However, few side effect cases have been reported followed by excessive consumption. Drowsiness, constipation and pulmonary dysfunction have been reported. I personally doubt this though, as when cooked I consume it in large quantities thanks to its irresistible taste. Never have I experienced constipation or drowsiness, but enjoyed very good bowel movement. When the plants got generations accepted recognition, I consider that's something. Leaves of the plant are known to contain sterols, resins, tannins, saponins, alkaloids, flavonoids, glucosides, phenols, catechol, cardiac glycosides, anthocyanins, carotenoids, ascorbic acids, steroids, etc. Depending on the environment it grows and the stress undergone, constituents can change their levels of presence, and this can induce toxic properties. Now it's time to wash all the leaves. We are letting running water do the job. Next, take a handful of leaves, bundle it up tight, place on cutting board and with a sharp knife start mincing. Leaves become soggy and soft when withered, so it doesn't really matter if cut pieces are large. While my wife is busy mincing, let me go back to more info. You can of course Google with its scientific name Sauropus androgynus to get much more info. Traditionally, genitourinary diseases, cardiovascular diseases, etc. are main areas this plant finds its medical applications. Indonesians use this as an ingredient for Jamu or Jamu, which is given to a delivered mother with the view of restoring uterus and abdomen back to original size and for relieving fatigue. With present eating habits and lack of exercises, the obesity has become an increasing issue, and this plant has shown its potential as a body weight reducing component. Vision improvement ability too has been reported in some studies. Leaves contain macronutrients, vitamins and minerals. Major vitamins in leaves are vitamin A, C and B. Essential minerals too are abundantly found in plant leaves. You can see this information in the table shown. Sodium, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, iron, magnesium, zinc, manganese and cobalt have been detected in these leaves. Additionally, vanadium, selenium and chromium have been detected, and of course these can be toxic if ingested in high doses. A high amount of calcium has been determined for the leaves from India, while Indonesia has reported the availability of high amounts of magnesium. A greater variation in mineral content has been observed in plants grown in different geographical locations. A flavonoid isolated from this plant leaves has shown to prevent weight gain in laboratory rats that were fed with a high-fat diet. As mentioned before, there is also a traditional use of the plant for the same purpose. garlic, few hot peppers, onion, salt and some scraped coconut will go into this. We have this wooden mortar and pestle to finely smash garlic, hot peppers and salt. Lung distress issues have been reported associated with excessive use, however, but it appears to be caused by fresh leaves. Alkaloids, glycosides and saponins are known to be present in plant leaves and they protect leaves from pests. Various causes can trigger the production of these chemicals in excess, which can be a universal response in plants. Consumption of such leaves as food can then be fatal even. I can recall few similar cases. One was in Australia when plants grouped up to kill grazers, increasing tannin content in leaves. The particular video was online on YouTube some years back. I tried to locate it several times but was unable. Probably the author took it down. Although often we forget plants too are living beings, this incident confirms that whenever its environment tries to challenge its survival, plants too strike him back. When several hundreds of grazers were found dead, researchers absolutely had no clue what was going on until they dug into the last diet animals took. Extremely high levels of tannins detected in diet as well as the plants they were feeding on. When they are fine enough, scraped coconut is added. Few onion pieces too added, but most of the pieces are kept to be used in peace. The leaf extract has antimicrobial properties as well. Both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria have shown growth inhibition in the presence of fresh sweet leaf extract. The inhibition was weaker compared to that of streptomycin. Leaf extracts have also shown anti-inflammatory and wound healing properties. These have been tested with laboratory rats. Next, you have to mix the pounded mixture well with cut leaves, like so. Take time to achieve a good mix so that the final dish will have equally distributed taste. Scraped coconuts got the ability to neutralize potentially toxic compounds in leaves. It can absorb any bitterness or bad taste present. The scraped coconut is specifically added when preparing bitter leaves. Coconut is a toxicity venom neutralizing component in traditional medicine in Sri Lanka. The clay pot is a weak and slow heat conductor so that the leaves do not expose to the amount of heat otherwise a metal vessel would do. Being clay is also important to absorb heavy metals in food, and it is an inactive material, would not react with food generating toxic compounds or complexes. When cooking with clay vessels, we are also eating an unknown amount of clay, which is vital for the health. These I have mentioned before in previous videos as well, but I keep reminding over and over for the extreme importance in carving health tips into you all. Now place everything in the arranged clay pot. Cooking in metal vessels is extremely bad in so many ways, and it's totally up to you to decide whether you stick to that or not. Just Google on other materials such as Teflonware or non-stick cookware. Teflon coatings begin to break down at 300 Celsius, releasing fumes to the air. These fumes are the reason behind flu-like condition known as polymer fume fever. These non-stick cookware are very common world over. People use them for everyday cooking. Of course, there are arguments on their health risks. It is, however, very important to realize that the counter arguments over this are made by addicts and manufacturing companies and the related. Throughout man's recent history, there have been many cases where once considered superior later becomes inferior through long-term use. There are so many such examples, such as plastic. What our ancestors used has come a long way and lasted throughout civilizations. Should we throw away generations old traditions for something that is recent and very little known? I don't think so. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't do that. If the content of these videos would change the way you look at things and what mainstream people do, I know I've done something. The majority I know follow the modern trends. Some people clearly see the issue but still not confident enough to swim upstream. That's a big issue, but I, however, know only a small fraction of people would really follow this. That's tragic, of course, but what to do? Some people learn by taking lessons. We prefer this fireplace as we have plenty of firewood in the garden. What you cook is much more tastier when firewood used. It's a bit of a hassle when lighting up, cleaning and maintaining lit, yes, but still we put a huge gravity on this option. One of the best things is that these kind of fireplaces are capable of delivering heat on a large surface area of the pot compared to the extreme heat focused on a small area on the pot by a typical gas oven. And this kills both pot and nutrients of what is being cooked. Now that we have placed our pot of cut leaves on the fireplace, and within few minutes of withering, mixing and quality check, the dish gonna be ready. Mixing is needed, otherwise the heat can burn leaves. Salt and everything need to be mixed while heating. Keep turning over and mixing like this while heating up. Turning over helps bottom cooked leaves to come up, making way to the uncooked. Covering promotes cooking by using up leaves on water. The process doesn't take long. It completes within a short period of time. So attending to something else while this is on fire would probably kill the dish. Prolonged cooking and extreme heat can dry up leaves. To avoid this, staying by, turning over and mixing is extremely necessary. When all the leaves arrive at juicy texture, that's the point you know you are done. When you keep doing this, the leaves get a wet look and softened texture, and this is the point we are done with the cooking. So that's it, we are almost done, and that concludes this video. For the first time I got the help of my wife, me being the cameraman. That seems to speed up the workflow. This will ease the burden and give me some room to upload videos more frequently. Your support is my motivation, so please subscribe, like, comment and share within your communities. Put below your concerns and suggestions. So till next time, thanks for watching.